Dear Bucknell, oft of thee we're thinking, as memories fond come trooping by. The tireless stars may cease their blinking, but thoughts of thee shall never die. And though the years still swiftly o'er us, and winter comes with lightning sting, our hearts with youth's undaunted chorus shall e'er with praise of Bucknell ring.
Good afternoon. I'm John Bravman, President of Bucknell University. It is my great privilege to welcome you to our celebration of the class of 2020. Students, you finished your senior year in unusual and unprecedented circumstances. Today, we honor your new Bucknell degrees in a way that is also unprecedented, but no less heartfelt and joyous. And while I wish we could all be together here on campus, I am so happy you and your loved ones are sharing in this special recognition of Bucknell's 170th graduating class. Lily Mitchell, a member of the class of 2020, will begin our celebration with the national anthem. Lily is a sociology major from Baltimore. She dedicates her performance to her late father, Mark Mitchell, who graduated from Bucknell in 1981.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Lily, for sharing your beautiful and inspiring voice with all of us. On behalf of the Bucknell University faculty, staff, and Board of Trustees, congratulations to the class of 2020. And I offer special congratulations to the families of our graduates. Your longtime support and guidance have helped them achieve their goals, and we are honored that you entrusted Bucknell with their education. Thank you. Graduates, we may be separated by many miles, but we are with each of you in spirit to celebrate this milestone achievement for you and your entire family. We are tremendously proud of your accomplishments, particularly under the difficult circumstances presented by the coronavirus pandemic in your final semester at the university. A lot has happened since August 2016 when you gathered in the Weiss Center as first years, fresh out of high school for our convocation ceremony. You've grown and changed, and our world is much, much different. Although you knew you would be challenged by Bucknell's rigorous academics, none of us could have predicted the abrupt transition to remote instruction this year in March. Suddenly, you were scattered across the country and around the world, but you continued your studies even as you faced your own personal challenges. It was uncertain, it was stressful, but you persevered, and you earned your diploma from Bucknell. It is an anchor in these uncertain times and one that will serve you throughout your life. You have shown tremendous courage, resilience, and resourcefulness. These are the qualities of true Bucknellians. I can't imagine a greater testament to your character, nor a greater predictor of your ability to respond to whatever challenges the future holds for you. As you transition to a new phase of your life, I want to remind you of a question I posed to you in my convocation speech 4 years ago. What impact will you have on the world? The effects of the pandemic will likely continue for some time, but it cannot immobilize our spirits, nor can it erase our dreams and goals. And even during these uncertain days, there are tremendous opportunities for you to grow personally and to be a catalyst for change in your community. The news has been dominated by headlines of social unrest in recent months. People across the United States are forcefully condemning racism as never before. They are demanding justice and real, meaningful, and sustainable change. From wherever you are today, you can examine your beliefs, seek to learn and understand others, and look for opportunities to be a true ally to people of all backgrounds while working to create a just society for everyone. As you move forward, I urge you to make a commitment to support the greater good through your daily words and actions, and to remember that even as our world has indeed changed, your ability to make an impact on it is stronger than ever. Now let's welcome Elisabeth Mermann-Jozwiak, the Provost of Bucknell, who will share her thoughts on this wonderful occasion.
Thank you, President Bravman. And hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you are joining us today. It is my privilege as Chief Academic Officer of Bucknell to congratulate you on your graduation from the university. Your academic success is a glorious and intellectual achievement that you will treasure for a lifetime. I want to reflect for a few moments on your Bucknell journey. You might have pulled all-nighters to study for final exams. Maybe you wrote several drafts of a paper before finding your voice or reaching a satisfying conclusion. Perhaps a lab experiment failed, or field research didn't produce the results that you had expected, and you had to start all over again. Getting over these bumps built your skills and confidence. That's what prepared you to face new challenges when the pandemic struck. It was daunting, but the finish line was in sight. Your professors worked hard to set you up to succeed in classes that were conducted remotely. You and your classmates supported each other from locations across the country and around the world, and together you succeeded. Your ability to adapt with grit and grace tells me that your professors taught you well throughout your Bucknell career. These are skills, and this is the mindset that will serve you for a lifetime. I'm filled with joy to know that you and your classmates are so well prepared for the opportunities ahead. I know my faculty colleagues share my happiness and my pride, and we are so eager to see your next steps. I'm honored now to introduce a very special guest as our commencement speaker. Like you, she's a Bucknellian, and her career offers a compelling example of the power and flexibility of a Bucknell degree. Carolyn Speer Miles majored in animal behavior and graduated in the class of 1983. She went on to earn her MBA at the University of Virginia's Darden School of Business. For more than a decade, she enjoyed a successful business career, including working for American Express in Hong Kong and as an entrepreneur in Asia. But Carolyn's path changed unexpectedly after she witnessed the plight of childhood poverty in Asia. She went back to work in the nonprofit sector and in 1998 became an associate vice president at Save the Children, a global organization that serves more than 130 million children in the United States and in 120 countries. In 2011, Carolyn was named president and CEO of the organization, where her work earned many accolades. In 2015, she was named one of the world's 50 greatest leaders by Fortune magazine. And in 2019, she received the Jonathan Daniels Humanitarian Award. Last January, Carolyn stepped down to begin a new chapter. She has made a remarkable impact on the world, and it all began at Bucknell. We're so glad that she accepted our invitation to address the class of 2020 at our alma mater on this very special day.
Hello from home to 2020 Bucknell graduates, staff, families, and friends. I want to first thank President Bravman for his steadfast leadership in the face of what is surely the most challenging times any of us have ever lived through. In the face of a global pandemic, deep economic hardship for millions, and a renewed awakening to the systemic issues of discrimination and racism, it takes firm and sure leadership to keep an organization on the right path. I want to also say thank you to the student leadership at Bucknell for giving me this honor in a most unusual year. When I talked to Ariane Evans and her peers earlier this year, none of us could have ever imagined the events of the last 5 months. Never imagined a commencement quite like this one. One silver lining though, the speeches are going to be much shorter this year. I am sure living through a global pandemic was not how you envisioned or wanted to spend your last semester at Bucknell. It was likely a spring full of disappointments and loss, and I am sorry for the memories that you didn't get to make this spring. But I am sure, like me, you have something really valuable from your time on campus. Friends who will be with you forever. They are some of the most important people in the world to me. Hold on to those friendships through your hardest of times, and I promise they will always be there for you. Though I'm sure it doesn't feel like it right now, this time of crisis might actually be one of the best ways to start your next chapter in life. There are very few of us that will make it through life without hardship and loss. I believe that graduating into the new reality of the world as it is now will build a resilience and persistence in each of you that few things would have so quickly. And armed with a Bucknell education, I know the jobs and opportunities will come, even if not as quickly as you hoped. In my last 22 years at Save the Children, I have traveled around the globe to over 90 countries. And in those countries, I have met children who really, on the face of it, should have no hope and not care much about surviving in this world. They live in dire poverty. They are discriminated against daily. They often don't have enough food, can't get a decent education, and too often live in places where government leaders are more interested in staying in power than empowering people or sending children to school. But the human spirit isn't easily deterred. In fact, one of the most universal things I have seen in this world is the deep desire of every parent that their children have a life better than theirs. And of course, that is likely true for you too. Your own families have made many sacrifices to send you to Bucknell, and parents everywhere give up so much for their children. They all understand an education is the most important possession any child can have. And with a Bucknell degree, you now have that possession in spades. But then the question really is, what will you do with this gift in this truly unique time? I think you will do something amazing, actually. Your generation has the chance to truly change things for the better. You don't see the color of people's skin, their gender, or sexual orientation as anything other than what they are, the uniqueness of each person and what they bring to the world. In fact, the diversity of our people and the freedoms to pursue our dreams are what make our country such a place of opportunity for so many. But I would say my generation has not done a good enough job at ensuring that the power of this diversity is fully realized. And we need you desperately. As leaders of companies, institutions, and organizations, we have not done enough to promote diversity in the workplace, or in the boardroom, or in society. My own experience in becoming the first female CEO came after Save the Children in the US had existed for almost 80 years. That seems far too long for a diverse leader of an organization focused on women and children. Some will say the issues of racism and discrimination have been with us for a long time, but the past few months have shown us that doesn't need to be the future. And it is young people like each of you who are leading the way. You can make these changes right now. Look at the young leaders in Atlanta and Tulsa and Philadelphia who are making change happen today. And you can make these changes as you progress in your lives and your careers. Each one of you will have decisions to make and power to share. Will you do it in a way that includes the diverse voices around you and welcomes in people different than you? I think you will. And that is what will, in fact, make America the great country that it has the promise to be, when all its people, no matter their color, no matter where they're from, no matter who they love, when all American people have the chance to live a life rich in opportunity. So take this time to seize the change that is happening around you. Don't sit by and be a spectator. Instead, be a full participant in shaping the world that you want. I am confident we will all be much better off when you do. Thanks again for this enormous honor, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Namaskar, Shagoto, এবং সুপ্রভাত. 3 seconds in and I've thrown 90% of the audience to confusion. While for those who don't speak Bengali, hello, welcome, and good day. This is a moment worth remembering. First, to honor the two most important people to me watching this on a screen with eyes glistening, Maji and Baba, thank you for making me who I am today. But more importantly, this is a moment worth remembering because for the first time in our lifetimes and Bucknell's 170 years of celebrating graduates, we're tuning in to a mid-pandemic commencement address by an international woman of color greeting a virtual audience in a non-European native tongue. So yes, class of 2020, we are what history looks like. Proud, relieved, and a degree hotter, we're brought together by one thing: the shared privilege of being college graduates, of being Bucknell graduates. And my message to us all is a simple one. Let us keep discovering, demanding, designing, and disrupting. Celebrating today, we are artists, humanists, scientists. We are storytellers, creators, philosophers. We are athletes, researchers, business owners. We are global, local, and in-between world. We are environmentalists, activists, and radical thinkers. There is no the Bucknellian. There are 900 unique realities of it every year. So let us keep discovering how our unique realities empower us moving forward. Although we are going on to a world beyond Bucknell, this institution, its legacy, stays. So let us keep demanding and designing a legacy that we are proud of. Nourished by our experiences, showing up in action, contributing in service, and growing in truth and knowledge, we've become not only leaders, but builders of a reimagined tomorrow. So let us keep disrupting the norm to make space for more. A space that honors and welcomes everyone. In other news, the pandemic took much of the spotlight for the year, and if you thought I was not getting to it, well, here we are. As a planet, we learned a lot, but one specific lesson stands out, and I turn to Gwendolyn Brooks, the first Black woman to win the Pulitzer Prize, who put it best. We are each other's harvest. We are each other's business. We are each other's magnitude and bond. Let me say that again. We are each other's harvest. We are each other's business. We are each other's magnitude and bond. I'm here today because of the unconditional support of Shushmi Mashi, who provided my first home on this foreign land. The Fataks, who have welcomed me into their lives and been very patient with my slow card shuffling skills for the past 4 months. The Troyers, who have supported numerous international students like myself over the years. And especially my best friends and mentors on this campus. My family here while at Bucknell. Today, I issue a call to this family inspired by Gwendolyn Brooks's words. Bucknellians, let us never stop being responsible for each other's safety, well-being, dignity, and respect. I call on this family to remember that we stand here today on the land and labor of Black, Indigenous, people of color, and minoritized folks. I call on this family to actively name, unlearn, and undo the ubiquitous systemic injustices. And I call on this family to channel our unique abilities into building a revolutionary and compassionate future, because we remain each other's business at all times. As we gather here, partly recovered, exactly 4 months from when our lives turned upside down, let us appreciate our families for being brave and loving through a final semester never known before, for coming back together to celebrate one another. Once again, congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you and wish you all a great Sunday.
Thank you, Brishti, for your inspiration and insight. You are a wonderful representative of the class of 2020, and your words are meaningful for everyone celebrating you and your classmates. Never stop caring. Never stop being responsible for each other's safety, well-being, dignity, and respect. Graduates, even as you are separated today, you are united in spirit. And we can't wait for the opportunity to welcome you back to campus next spring to celebrate your achievements together in a way that you deserve. We are so very proud of you. In your first year on campus, the class of 2020 chose this motto: strive to ignite a spirit of success in all endeavors. Well, your spirit of success guided you through the challenges of the spring, and it will continue to guide you throughout your life. We wish you the very best. We'll see you next year. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of the graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences, class of 2020. We are immensely proud of all of your accomplishments in the classroom and outside, on the stage, in the laboratory, in the studio, and on the field and court. You have graduated from a most exceptional semester, and your successful completion of degree requirements means that you join a long list of Bucknellians who have risen to the challenge during a moment of crisis. As you move into the next stage of your life, we wish you great success, and we will be watching to see all the ways in which you change the world and make it a better place.
College of Engineering, class of 2020, please accept my heartfelt congratulations. Because we started at Bucknell at the same time, I feel a special bond to each and every one of you. Just imagine August 2016 on the quad, we were there together, and I'm so proud of you at this moment. If scientists, artists, and humanists imagine the future, engineers, what do? We build the future. And I'm looking forward to what you're going to accomplish as we build our future together. We need engineers just like you who are distinctly Bucknellian, who are going to make the world a better place. I hope to see you in person when we get together again to celebrate commencement in person. Until then, congratulations. As your dean, please accept my heartfelt congratulations on a job well done. Great job.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You've been part of a very historic cohort here at Bucknell. In 2017, you saw us form a brand new college. In 2018, you were here when we received our naming gift to become the Freeman College of Management. You were here when we broke ground last fall on our new building that we're going to share with our colleagues in art and art history. You were here when we were named the #1 undergraduate business school in the nation for alumni satisfaction and one of the top 10 business schools to watch. You've been so instrumental in our successes. I look forward to seeing your successes in the years to come. The world needs leaders more than ever. The world needs more Bucknellians like you.